people is gonna be spazzing when you put that.
No, they not, because they need to know in case they experience something similar.
No, because the people are gonna be going hard on me.
They not.
I cannot take
This is your experience, not theirs.
It was not my experience. That was his experience.
Okay, so what happened?
The lady was like, "Could you put your mask on?" So he put the mask back. He put the mask on. Then she came back again, and she was like, "I told you to put your mask." No, then she was like, "Could you put your seat up? Your seat is back. You need your seat up for us to take her up." So he put the seat up, and she came back and was like, "I just told you to put your mask on. Could you put your mask back on?" So he was like, "Why you keep coming over here?" Then she left. Then she came back. She was like, "Sir, do you need some headphones?" He was like, "What are you talking about?" She was like, "Your music is really, really loud. Everybody on the plane hearing it." So he was like, "Everybody could hear it on the plane?" She said, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh, I thought it was connected to my headphones." So she was like, "No, everybody could hear it." So he was like, "All right." So he turned it down. Then she came back again and was like, "Didn't I tell you to put your mask on?" So he was like, "Yo, why you keep on? I feel like you harassing me. Why you keep coming over here saying stuff to me every minute? Like, I feel like you harassing me." So she was like, "Just put your mask on." So when she turned around and walked away, he was like, "Fuck out of here." So she turned around and was like, "What did you say? What did you say?" He was like, "Get your hand off my face, yo. I feel like you harassing me." Like you.
She was. At that point, she was.
And she was
and
like,
I would have felt the same way.
She was like, "Say something else when you getting off this plane."
Oh.
And he was like,
Something
I said, I feel like you harassing me. Why you keep coming over here bothering me every minute? You keep saying something. You ain't saying nothing to nobody else but me. She's like, "That's it." And she called a pilot. He was like, "Get the fuck out of here. You act like you want me to keep screaming on you or something. Get the fuck out of here." So she was like, "That's it. You're getting off the plane."
Was she older or younger white lady?
Probably like in her mid to late 40s.
Yeah, she was being an ass.
Mm-hmm.
And then she called a pilot and told the pilot turn the flight around.
What?
That's when I called you and I was like, "Girl."
She got mad at them diamonds blinging on his neck, probably.
And she got to walk around and serve him.
And
yeah.
It really just irked her.
And that's when I called you and I was like, "Girl, it's about to be some drama because the plane." Remember when I called
She
you?
FaceTimed me while it was happening.
I was like, "Girl, it's about to be some drama on the plane because they turned the plane around and because he was like, if y'all kick me off this flight, you gonna see what happened." That's what he was saying. He was like, "Yo, if y'all kick me off the flight, you gonna see what happened." So that's when I called you when he said that, and she was like, "Oh, I'm turning that flight around."
That was a threat.
That's when I called you and I was like, "Oh, it's about to go down because they about to kick him off the plane." But I heard him when he was like, y'all kick me off this flight."
Girl, I'd have been like, "Dave, let's just be quiet right now because you know how they are."
I didn't know.
It's what Dave.
I didn't know who that was. I didn't know who it was.
You funny.
I didn't know who it was. I just was like, I'm just sitting there like watching and trying to watch and trying to act like I wasn't being nosy.
Mm.
Girl, I'd have been
trying to fade into
too
the
nosy.
background. You would.
I'd have been too nosy. I'd have had the camera on that white lady though because they need to be exposed.
The people behind me, they was videoing it.
Okay. They need to be exposed.
At the end of the flight, when we got to Atlanta, she walked up to the people behind me. She was like, "It was brought to my attention that you were videotaping what happened." So they was like, "Yeah." She was like, "I didn't give you consent to have my body, my video, my face on the video. So I'm gonna document it and I will be following up with it or something like that. Like I don't know, if she gonna press charges or she gonna follow up with them because they can't videotape her." But I'm like, they could.
And
if
that's what I was telling them. Sorry to cut you off, but that's what I was telling them last night because that's invasion of privacy. Like if you don't have someone's consent
it depends. If you you can't come in somebody's private property and videotape somebody. But I think if you in a public place, yes, you could. If a bunch of people outside fighting, and they outside in the street, I believe you could videotape it.
Yeah.
You could. But if you can't come in here and be hiding and sneaking and taping stuff in somebody's private property, I think that will go against like the 4th Amendment.
Right.
Well, I just say that
or
because
whatever, like with your
this owner just has cameras everywhere, and I feel like that's invasion of privacy, especially like the pool area and stuff.
Because it's his place. But what
well,
they
it's
needed
like
to
a
do,
rental property. Like let's say like if you rent somebody's condo, like that's their property, but when you lease it out, like
but
basically
what happened is
you
he
give it temporary custody.
Did
right?
he let y'all know? Because I think he has to let you have
That's
to
what
know.
I'm saying. Like you
gotta
have to
let
be
a person
notified.
know. You got to consent to be video. If it's in a private property, somebody got to let. Just like if when people be making sex tapes, you can't make a sex tape with somebody without them giving a consent because it's in a private
Right.
place.
Yeah.
If two people out in the middle of the street fucking like random in the lane in the street fucking,
It's
I'm
public.
sure you could videotape that.
It's
and-
public.
It's
Because
property.
it's public, you're doing it in public. But if you in a house, somebody, even if the person that you're with, they can't videotape you without your consent.
Hmm.
Because you in the privacy of a private residence, even if it's not your residence, even if you're in a hotel room and it's not your hotel room.
So
you
that's
can't
why the
do
white
it.
lady was saying, I didn't give you consent.
But she's on a public plane. You on a plane.
Right, and I'm like, I didn't give y'all consent to mess my flight up. I got somewhere to be.
Yeah, I'm like, but you on a plane, so.
She showed her ass being unprofessional.
Yeah, she was on a plane, so it's not like you wasn't.
She was triggered.
Yeah, you was on a plane, so they can videotape you.
They be acting up.
Cause I'm thinking even when I don't, but then again I don't know because sometimes when you watching stuff on TV, you will see people like walking through like a park or something, and then you'll see a couple of people whose faces blurred out, and then you'll see some people whose faces not blurred out.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but then I know a lot of times you can't do that to kids. I know if it's kids,
Yeah.
you gotta blur it out. If it's kids, automatically. But adults, sometimes you see people face blurred out,
Hmm.
and sometimes you don't. So I don't know how that works. I don't know.
I see it sometimes too. I'll be thinking maybe they don't want to pay those people for being on in the scene.
Probably because of whatever the case may be, or like I'm not gonna be waiting on you, like you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. So
That's
maybe
basically what it was.
maybe
Like
she
he
felt
had
that
money
way.
and she felt like basically like they say like how you get money and stuff, and you know we moved to like the nice neighborhoods and like Malibu and stuff, and it's white people, and they basically like, okay, you stay here, but you really don't belong here.
Yeah.
Even though you stay here, we still don't want you on the block. Basically.
Maybe she felt that way, but I don't know if she. Cause all right, when
But
I
you know what? He probably came on there smelling like weed. That's probably what irritated her first.
I know when I got on the plane, she was like, oh, I love your Dior. Then she was like, oh, I love your Louis bag, but I love your Dior. And I was like, thank you. And then I went to, so she wasn't like looking like it.
They're known for kicking these rappers off. They kicked the Migos off
That's what I'm
one
thinking,
time
like,
when they first got started.
Maybe it was because he was a guy and he got that like rough around the edge type look, like water iced out. Maybe she felt like he
Threatened.
don't got no, like he don't belong. Like,
I'm like, this dude is acting in movies and stuff. Like, she don't even know.
She don't know that because I ain't know.
Because I wouldn't even know who Daddy was.
I would have. I'd be like, oh my God, can I get a job?
Let me see if they have more stuff.
Do you need your hair braided? I'm telling you, I'd have been selling myself.
Because he was tall and brave and skinny.
And he knows a lot of people too. It's like these people need to tread lightly. There's the birthday girl.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
The birthday girl in August Alsina.
He is funny.
Hey, August.
You right quick.
Well, I can't see.
Entanglement. Entanglement.
Okay,
my
now
God.
they got it on Revolt TV and everything.
They do the whole incident?
Yeah,
That shit's on Revolt TV.
Wow.
How he was acting on the plane?
He was in first class. And that lady kept harassing him.
But I really felt like from the story she told me, like she was picking on him from the jump.
It was a white lady?
Mhm.
No, she had to be.